Hey guys, welcome back to Arcane Assist. This week it's myself and John playing some Skorne trolls back to our old stomping grounds. I'm playing Zaadesh2, mostly because I had a lot of questions after the live stream last week about what my kind of ideal list with Zaadesh2 was after I was bashing the bugs that were in the WTC lists. And this is one of the two variants on this list I have. One of the three variants, actually, thinking about it. This list has Zaadesh2 with a bronze back, 2 gladiators, a sentry, 2 archidons, a max unit of beast handlers, a min unit of beast handlers, 2 mortar third will breakers, and my free war beasts being the agonizer and the Kreia. I think this is the more balanced version of the list. You have a lot of slow, hard-hitting titans that are incredibly difficult to kill on feat turn. You have IR, you have an agonizer providing that gnawing pain. They're just super hard to kill. And then you have 2 archidons that project a lot of threat and can countercharge basically all the time because they can countercharge over your own dudes with flying. So it's pretty balanced. The alternative version that I've been toying around with is triple sentry, gladiator, bronze back, some other stuff. It doesn't really matter. And that list is just all-out attrition. Can you kill this many armed 21 heavies? And I think that's a really good way to go with the list. I don't own that many sentries, so I haven't tried it yet. But I have definitely seen it on the table, and it is terrifying. So, John, tell us what you brought.
Today I'm trying a WTC list. I'm not sure what team it's from. It's Doom2, though. We haven't had Doom 2 in the channel yet, and I thought I'd bring him out, and I also just acquired him. So I figured, we'll give him a whirl on the channel and play a WTC list and see how it does. So I got this thing called a Sea King for 42 points on the table. That's going to change soon. I got a Sea King, Mauler, an Axer, a Winter Troll, Rune Bear, 2 units of Rune Shapers. I got a Shaman, 3 points. I got a Whelps, 3 points. And that's it. My Rune is also free. It's in Power of Dunia, so my upkeep's for free. So I have it on Wild Aggression on the Sea King, which is pretty good. So yeah, I want to bring this into this fun retaliatory defensive strike countercharge list.
Yeah. It's fun. It's fun, guys.
Yeah, it's a great time.
One notable change to the list is that we swapped out a winter troll or a night troll for the winter troll because we don't have a painted night troll. Because who has a painted night troll?
Yeah, I don't have a painted night troll, so I just swapped it out for a winter. The guy plays 1 point down. I just figured I'd just throw a winter in there for his spray. His animus is pretty good too. Just all that fun stuff. But yeah, this is a list I want to try out, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Touching on that night troll, I think it's an interesting addition to the list. Like, I guess it's just a super long threat range that goes and then pokes you with a paralyzed claw and then says, "Get closer to me." And and he extends the threat range of other pieces on the list a little bit. But other than that, I'm probably missing some tech there. So hopefully this weekend we found out what that tech was with the list, if it was played on stream at all.
Yeah, Doom 2 is definitely a caster you'll probably see on stream. I definitely have a list coming in the new CID.
I meant the WTC
I know,
stream.
But either way, but I have a few lists coming once the CID drops for trolls.
Fair enough. With that done, let's get the game underway. So I got first turn. I did win the roll to go first. I think it's pretty good to go first with this list just because you get to project your threat pretty far up early in the game, especially with hyper-aggressive on all of your war beasts from the theme. You'll want to make a lot of use of that. So a lot of my positioning on this turn is going to be based around avoiding just clumsily walking into the threat range of the Sea King. I thought about giving him an Archidon right off the bat and just being like, okay, if you want to, you can feat for a heavy, and then I will kill your Sea King. Because I will keep all of my other pieces also in threat range of whatever you charge, so that I can just take it back. I don't do that. I figure it's better to just slow play it, because next turn I'll be able to do the same thing anyways. I ask what the threat range here is with the Arcane, and turns out I can move a little bit faster up the table, and the trenches is irrelevant right now anyway, so why bother standing in it? Bronzeback runs up. I did place a cloud after putting out both my upkeeps. Inviolable Resolve is on the Bronzeback, so he is another Arm 21 heavy in this list. A change to this list I might make in the future once I own them is putting another Sentry next to a Gladiator. But right now I have a huge amount of utility being able to put Rush out basically anywhere on the table, and that is not worth underestimating because it can just be anywhere. I've run a lot of double Gladiator lists, and I think that utility is just invaluable. Because, I don't have to worry about the Sentry on the bottom of the table never getting Rush, because he has a friend Gladiator who's just going to be casting Rush all the time. And then late game, he is a 4 Fury heavy that just beats crap to death. It's interesting how Titan Gladiators are a lot of a support piece that kind of transitions into a late game heavy that just can kill whatever you need it to, because it's a Titan. In this list, I have max beast handlers and min beast handlers, as well as 2 slowos. I've seen a lot of lists similar to this, taking just full beasts with double min beast handlers, and then getting the 3 free war beasts. I think it's worth considering the double agonizer. I think with Zaadesh, you have enough clouds to not have to worry about using double force aura. And the paralyzed guns are good, but they're not good enough in this list in enough matchups to warrant taking more than one. So that's all I got there. John, how's your first turn going?
My first turn is basically checking threat ranges of your Archidons and your Beasts. Your Archidons start at 13. The rest of your army threats 11 or 10. So I just need to make sure I keep most of my army outside of that. I might give you a Mauler to charge here or there. I might give you the Sea King to charge at. But I don't think an Archidon can kill a Sea King.
It sure can't.
So basically what I do here is I cast my Animus on Winter Troll, and I charge up. Hopefully he runs a beast within 2 inches. The thought here was the Archidon will come in and charge me and kill it and be stationary at the end of the turn. That's my thought.
Well, I wouldn't be stationary if I killed it, but...
Yeah, and okay, so yeah, so...
You want me to make a stationary Archidon?
Yeah. So basically I'm just running all my stuff up. Runebear goes up. Harmonious, my caster. I'm just debating, do I put my Sea King up far enough where you can have 1 heavy or 2 Archidons charge me? I decided that I'll put it far enough where 1 Archidon can charge me and the rest of your army's out. And it runs and charges for free. It basically just walks up the table because I had Rush on him. Whelps go behind him just in case he needs to heal up. Shaman walks up, puts a cloud down. Freak Storm's forward. And I do this because I realized that I didn't measure the threat range to my Runebear with the Archidon, and he was able to charge on my Runebear, and that's a pretty key piece right now for any caster. Definitely the Harmonious is really good. So I decided to Freak Storm in front of my Runebear, expecting to lose my Shaman right now.
Did you take into consideration that I could maybe crit pitch into the Runebear?
No, not at all. It's definitely something that I don't play against enough, so I kind of just forgot about it.
Fair enough.
Runeshapers run around. I'm just going to be able to flank on the far side, stay outside of 13, stay within command 6. They're basically there to score on these 2017 scenarios. They can definitely score in the zone if they can get it cleared. I'm just running Mauler up on the hill to threaten next turn because my feet plus 3 speed's really good. So my Mauler threats 14 with Rush. I think we decide 5 to 8. Rush is 10. 13 is a charge. And 1 inch reach is 14.
Yep.
This is a pretty far threatening Mauler. Sea King threats 17 in this list because of the chain weapon. So I'm just kind of measuring, making sure everything stays outside threat ranges and stuff. Just debating where I want to put my caster, making sure nothing can get on me. So I did a cool little trick. I'm going to walk my caster up. I'm going to add a Fury to...
Yeah, this I wasn't expecting.
Yeah, I got 14-inch control, so I'm going to agitate his War Beast and give each of those Archidons extra Fury.
Yeah, so basically, this caught me off guard, because I had, obviously, first turn, put out enough Fury that I just reave exactly, don't have to worry about cutting, don't have to worry about frenzy checks, and now I do. And that's a problem. That said, this is now in my head for the rest of the game, and I have to take that into account when doing anything with my war beasts.
So that's my Stone walks up, puts +1 strength, and that's my turn. Evan, what is your plan?
Well, first off, I leave 1 Fury onto the Sentry and 1 on the Kreia, because I think I can't afford to have the Agonizer Frenzy this turn, or else I lose so many heavies on that top zone, because the Sea King's just going to come and crush the Archidon, the Gladiator, and the Bronzeback, and I can't afford that. So I go, and I bank on the Sentry rolling an 8 or less, because he's Threshold 9 with 1 Fury, and I don't care if the Kreia frenzies, because you have no guns. So he frenzies and hits the Gladiator in the back, because he was just there. He does no damage to it because he's about 12. Sentry's fine. Sentry doesn't frenzy, and I can clear that fear off no problem with Beast Handlers. So, I upkeep both spells. I have 4 Fury left, and here's the turn that's going to take a lot of thinking, because I have to plan out how I'm going to engage this, because John has made sure that I can't threaten anything other than the beasts on that hill with the Archidon. Or I can charge an Archidon into a Sea King, which is a terrible idea, and I'm not going to do that. So I have to think of how I want to take on this engagement. So while I think about that, I'm going to start out with the Archidon at the bottom, not waste my clock just doing nothing. So Beast Handlers walk up, whip off a Fury off the Sentry, enrage the Archidon, as well as be base to base, give it a free charge. One of the guys Puppet Masters it, because always Puppet Master your things. This Sentry just walks up, stays in the command range of the Bronzeback, and toes the zone, and casts Ornery for 1, and then loses the Fury. Because Leadership Titans is amazing. Especially in a list when you have this many of them, and a caster that's only Fury 6, helps so much. Gladiator cast Rush, also loses a Fury from Leadership Titans, so now that Archidon has Rush, Puppet Master, and Enrage, so he's POW 17, can go an extra 2 inches, and also can reroll a thing. Charges the Shaman. I don't boost. I figure if the crit happens, it happens, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. I kill him with the charged deck. Buy an attack into the Winter Troll. I hit, I crit, I pitch him 5 inches away. Great, I don't get stationary at the end of my activation. And I can, without any recourse, I can sprint away, because no free strikes. And I cripple his spirit, so he can't stand up.
So now my Winter Troll has no spirit, and he can't actually shake that knockdown next turn.
And then I sprint into your caster, because now you have to deal with this. And if you deal with this, you're probably going to have to keep a heavy back. And I'm okay with that, because I can just take more table space for that.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting the sprint into my caster. I thought you were going to sprint away and try to protect it. So it was a problem when he did that. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I can figure this out.
The reason I didn't is because if I sprint away, you out-threat everything anyway, and I can only go 7 inches, so you can still just charge it. So now I'm back up to the top zone with the Sea King. And this is the problem zone. I have a couple of ways of trying to solve this problem, and none of them are particularly great. The first thing I thought of was activating Zaadesh, feeding, putting up some clouds, walking the Beast Handlers up into such a position that if the Sea King decides to come up and try to hit my beasts, I defensive strike 5 times or 6 times with my Beast Handlers and just fill him up with Fury. It's good. But if John realizes that's what I'm doing, then that plan is just pooched, because he stays out of my melee range with his 4-inch reach and then just sweeps out all of my Beast Handlers, and that's not fun. Alternatively, I can make just a brick of 3 War Beasts. If he doesn't kill all 3 of them, he loses a Sea King. It's as simple as that, because he either kills an Archidon and Gladiator, Bronzeback is going to solo a Sea King. If he tries to kill the Bronzeback, he's in the Agonizer Aura. I have Inviolable Resolve. It's only dice +2, I believe, at that point, and then he doesn't kill both the Agonizer and the Archidon and the Gladiator, so they probably deal with the Sea King. So it's not a good time for the Sea King. I think I can just brick up and be safe. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the Archidon and the Gladiator up in the front. I'm going to put the Bronze back behind them. There's still a gap so you can see them, but I'm going to put the Bronze back in the back. And just say, if you can't kill 3 heavies, then I kill a Sea King. And it's as simple as that. And then I'm going to move up my Beast Handlers behind, kind of screen Zaadesh with them, kind of be in a position for next turn when I want to score the zone. Going to move the Agonizer up so that he is putting out that aura just where the Sea King is going to be, and if anything else happens to stumble forward, that too. And then these Beast Handlers are actually going to go up and whip the Fury off of both of those beasts. And that means that the only Fury I have on the table is the one on the Gladiator who cast Rush and the Archidon. And that's fine, because, like, either John casts Aggravator and I'm at perfect Fury, or he doesn't and I have to cut for 5. And I'm cool with both of those, because I'd rather cut for 5 than have important or Beast's Frenzy. So Zaadesh goes, places 2 clouds down, so now that Sea King doesn't get to charge. Normally, that wouldn't be important because he'd just walk in anyway and buy more attacks, which is better than charging, but he can charge for free in this list, so I don't want him to do that. No free boosted damage. Willbreaker runs around the forest, gets on that flag so that if John doesn't come and deal with him, he scores. I still have... actually, that's, I believe, everything. So, yeah, on to John's turn. What's the plan?
I gotta deal with Archidon in my face. That's definitely a plan. My Sea King is within 14 of your caster, but I can't see you because of the forest and the clouds. So I can't charge you, and you got big models in front of me. I can't charge any of those models. That's pretty much a kick.
Yeah. For Zaadesh, forests like this and manipulating the terrain with clouds is really important. It's like, if you're a Crix player, you know how important it is to get a forest with your Dark Host list and just make a huge wall of line-of-sight blocking terrain. So, it's huge to utilize forests like this with clouds.
Yeah, it's really rough. And having my Winter Troll's Spirit out and being knocked down, kind of, I can't utilize him for his spray, like the crit stationary spray if I happen to get it. So I'm just kind of thinking, a few things went through my head. First thing is, I feat and I kill these 2 Titans at the bottom zone. I would be with my Mauler and my Sea King, which then leaves an Archidon in my face. Not the best choice, but maybe an Axter could deal with him. Second choice is, I walk with my Sea King up a bit and kill an Archidon and a Titan. And my Mauler deals with other Archidon in my face. It's just... like, I'm scared now, because like, if I send my Sea King, it's dead. Like, it is, if I don't kill enough stuff. And that's the scary part, because you have access to Rush. You can always charge me no matter what. Also, those clouds are -2 to hit.
Yeah, so Burning Ash,
yeah.
If you don't know, is a cloud that allows, or it's a spell that allows you to place a 3-inch AoE in your control area. It's a cloud, and living models without immunity fire get -2 to their attack rolls while they're in them.
Yeah, that was something that came up as I was playing there, but it didn't really matter because I have Wild Aggression up on him, so he gets 3 dice anyways. Yeah. But it just means it's harder to hit this Archidon.
Yeah, really, it only matters when you're attacking the Archidon, because otherwise it's still, like, you go from mat 6 to mat 4, and you need 6s that are boosted.
Dice. Yeah. It's really good odds.
Or the 10s on the Archidon is really what matters, because that's a much riskier roll.
So I'm measuring their threat ranges of the 2 Orbeez. One is 10, one is 11, correct?
Yes, the Sentry has reach, so he's 11. The Gladiator is 10, because he does not.
So I'm just kind of, I'm really just figuring out where I want to put my Sea King.
This is pretty crucial. It's the big part of the list. Like, it's the reason you take him with Doomy 2 is because he threats so far, and I've taken that away by just walking into your threat anyway. I've taken away the free charges by saying no line of sight. But haven't taken away boosted attack rolls, which is still super good. I haven't taken away the fact that he's still a colossal. He still hits super hard. Power strength 24 with rage on that.
Rage and stone
anchor.
bonus. Yep.
Yeah. 24 is pretty high.
Yeah, and chain attack too, so ignore shields.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided that first things first, I want to activate my stone. They're going to go up. One's going to swing on this Arcadon. Need outrageous number. Misses, but like they're in place now with +1 strength aura to catch everything I need this turn. Because the plan is to move to that proxy base, hopefully kill 2 heavies with my Sea King, and my Mauler kills 1. So I'm hoping to get 3 heavies down this turn. That is my plan. That is my goal. My other plan was to charge across this board and kill these 2 on the bottom. I don't think Doom can kill Arcane on himself or with the Axer between the 2 of them. It would be something I would want to try one day, but I decided for this game it wouldn't be worth it.
I
risk.
think they can do it. They just have to boost all their hit rolls. Because, like, the Axer's what? POW 14 under the stone?
15.
15 under the stone? That's dice -1.
Got a
Gets
hit.
to boost a hit, dice -1, boost a hit, dice -1. There's half his health gone.
Yeah, it's possible. So I decided that that's not the plan, though. My Mauler walks over to hit this Arcadon. It's in the back arc.
Wrecks it.
In the back arc, too, so.
That helps.
I think it takes all 5 Fury.
I think you only spend 3.
Maybe you're right. I don't know. Either way, I kill it. It was. I just have to hit, and it's dice plus.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah. So
No.
Yeah, no. It takes 4 Fury. So we're both wrong, but I loaded him up, which is not what I really wanted to do. But it's okay. I now can score this flag. So my Runebearer gives Harmonious and walks this flag. Next up is when a caster has battle charge, you need to like really think of how you want to play your turns.
Yeah. Casters like Karchev, like Zaadesh, like Axis, all create this just headache of abilities.
And Borka too.
And Borka 2. Yep, that's a battle charge caster. So, because... what's another one? Anyways. Because of flight with the Arcadon, I can see this Runebearer and charge over my own models with the counter charge, and I murder him, except he toughs, which is cool. Whatever. I don't free up my bronze back in my gladiator to counter charge.
So the funny thing is, he actually crit pitched me, but I hit the bronze back, which means a gladiator, which I'm still within 1 inch to all 3 of them, and I have steady, so I tough, so I'm actually still engaging them.
Yeah.
Which means all 3 of them cannot charge or counter charge. I'm like, okay, cool, that's what I wanted to do, but I didn't want to do it that way because I didn't know you couldn't charge over like.
Yeah, I believe your exact words were, "Wow, flight is stupid."
Yeah, I'm like, this is stupid. Flight can just see me and just charge over.
It's the entire reason they're in the list because
like,
they can
great.
pitch on your turn.
I'm like, great, okay. Now my plan of killing 3 heavies probably goes down to killing 2 heavies, which is not good.
Because the Arcadon is... he is still in your threat range.
I could easily get there by walking. Like, I can, like, feet walk, rush walk. Like, I could probably just walk, and that's 9-inch threat on a walk, so I could probably get there as well. But now I'm just like, okay, how do I want to do this? I made a silly mistake here. Decided to agitate all his war beasts and give him Fury back.
Yeah, so that 1 Fury I had out on the board is now 6 Fury, which is the amount that Zaadesh can
definitely
take back.
was not thinking. I just kind of like, okay, cool, I'll pop it again.
Yeah, I think you might have thought that I took back the Fury from the Arcadon there when I didn't.
I more forgot that your Titans can like take Fury away. Leadership Titans.
Oh, and you're like, oh, you did all this running.
I'm like, you did
turn.
rush, you ran. I'm like, cool, you're going to all have Fury. And then when I cast it, you're like, oh, cool, I'm full. I'm like, what are you talking about? I have enough Fury. I'm like, oh yeah, Leadership Titan now happens. I'm like, cool, okay, whatever. So I Psychosurgeon because I have to heal my
your Winter Troll.
Winter Troll back. He can't run though, so he walks 5.
Wait. Oh, I guess I guess it's worth it because I was gonna say, why not just heal it for 1 with Fury?
I
But I
heal
guess
the
it heals
Mauler.
D3 plus a bit.
D3 plus 1.
Yeah, that's better.
So I healed 5 total.
Because he also gets it at the beginning. No, this is not Field Marshal regen. This
No.
is Field Marshal overtake.
Yeah.
Okay, that's better. Yeah, never
I'm
mind.
like, I could have given one, but then he doesn't have. I'm like, I could have given one and forced him to regenerate himself.
Yeah.
But I figured I'll just do it, and then he doesn't have to have any Fury on him because I know my Mauler's high and my Sea King's gonna be high.
Yeah. So here's where you move in the Sea King. You decide, I can move up and get in range of the Arcadon. So you do that. I move the clouds because we know you're on top of them, and they're not really going to be all that relevant. So you're there now.
So I got all 3 heavies in my reach. My chain is facing the Arcadon. It's boosted to hit. I'm rat 4 though. Or mat 4. This is when he told me, yeah, you're -2 mat. I'm like, yeah, Burning Ash. Totally forgot. It's been a while. So I'm a rat 4, need an outrageous. I roll like 5. Miss.
Yeah.
I
missed the Arcadon.
I decided to fist the guy in front of me at POW 20.
21, I think?
21 with rage.
Something like that.
Outrageous. 23 with rage.
Yep. So it's dice plus 2 because the Agonizer's there.
Yep.
And then you just throw an anchor at him. You're like, cool.
Then I anchor him.
Keep on anchoring that gladiator.
Dice
I believe
plus
you
4.
also throw 1 attack into the Bronzeback because you're like, I can maybe kill the Bronzeback. Oh, that's less good. And
Well,
then
I was
you
the thing
just
I was going to
keep
kill
hitting
him.
the
I thought I
gladiator.
was going to kill your gladiator in 3 hits, and then leave you on 1.
Yeah, you left me
I'm
on
like,
1 box.
oh my gosh, I don't want to waste a whole attack at dice plus to kill it. So I'm like, cool, I'm going to throw another attack into something else.
Bronzeback.
I do like 4 damage to him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, cool, my Sea King, this is not working out, buddy. Dice plus 4, dice plus 2. This is not how it's supposed to be. So I'm like, you know what to do here. I decided to swing at the Arcadon because maybe I was hoping to take something out.
You rolled a 2. He
I
really liked rolling
rolled
the
column
2.
2 on most of your beasts.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, I need to kill this heavy now. Just get it off the table because if it's still there, it's not going to help. So I killed the heavy.
I mean, it'll help me.
So I run him up to contest. This is
You
fancy.
run him half the way, and you're like, wait, countercharge is a thing.
Yeah, so I just say, okay, cool. I got to run it this way. Not a problem. He makes it. And then he's like, I countercharge with the
Bronzeback.
No, you countercharge with a little duder.
Oh, yeah. I countercharge with the Agonizer, who's just, like, exactly in range because of how the forest works out.
Yeah, he could see me. It's just less than 3, and he's just less than, like, 6, 7, or 8 away, I think. So, like,
Yeah.
it worked out where his half-inch would be there.
Yeah.
And, like, it would probably be hardcore measuring, but I was like, okay, we've done enough. You got it. If it was definitely a turn, I would ask the guy to, like, stepper it for sure. Because that's actually really close. But he's mat 3. He missed. That's okay.
Yep. He needed to roll, what, a 10?
I'm a defense 12.
So with annoying a 10?
Yeah. Oh,
Yep.
yeah, annoying, yeah. That's a thing.
So that didn't happen, guys. Agonizer was not a hero this time.
Runeshippers walk around, misses, deviates, comes backwards, doesn't clip him.
Yep. Hits the sentry, doesn't do damage.
Can't do damage. Other guys, they're just, like I said, Runeshippers, they're to score the zone. They're not scoring the zone this turn because it's bottom 2, right? No, bottom. Yeah,
They're
bottom
not
2.
scoring the zone because I have things contested.
Yeah, like, so I'm just, okay, cool. So I'm just gonna throw things in front of my way of my war beast. So Whelp's just gonna walk up behind. Maxer's gonna walk over. And my Whelp's gonna run over and pass my turn.
So you score 1 on your flag. I do not because a Whelp is there.
I do.
Little cheeky bugger. And here's the turn where we try to kill a Colossal. So the Bronzeback is POW strength 17. You enrage it, goes to 19. You feet, goes to 21. It's Fury 5, so it gets 7 POW strength 21 attacks at mat 7.
Gross.
And mat 9 on my feet turn. And then 1 attack at POW strength 20. It's really good at killing Colossals. Unfortunately, it can't chain attack headbutt it, which would make it even better. But we're here. So it gets that many. I'm also debating throwing the sentry into there, killing maybe a Mauler. might be a good idea. The unfortunate part about this, really, is that I don't want to take a free strike with the Archidon, because it has taken a huge hit off of the Sea King. Took 11 damage, so he has 14 boxes left. Nothing's out, but taking one free strike will probably take something out. And a RuneShaper is not unlikely to hit. And with boosted damage, it's just a bad time all around. So we don't want to do that. I upkeep both my spells. Pain Givers are going to try to whip that RuneShaper out of the way, so that I don't have to take a free strike with an Archidon. And then they're going to do the enragey things and all that jazz. Nothing frenzied this turn. I'd see if I can get the paralyzed gun in onto the Mauler. I'll have to cast Rush on it, and I don't want to do that with the Gladiator because I want to use him to rush the Sentry. And I can't really do that with Zaadesh because I'll have to move backwards in order to rush the Kreia because the forest's in the way. So I can't do that either, so I'm just going to write it off this turn, run him up, get him in position for next turn. I believe I start out just by throwing out a couple Puppet Masters. I throw out Puppet Master on the Bronze back because as much as he's going to go up against a Colossal, if I flub a damage roll or if I roll dub ones to miss, it's happened too many times. So this is the safety plan, and nothing else in the turn needs to happen after specifically after this, so I always do my Puppet Masters first, because they're basically just like Puppet Master bots. They just walk around doing that and nothing else. So yeah, Zaadesh goes, feats, Pain Giver Beast Handlers go. Try to get them all in the zone just in case I manage to clear it somehow this turn. So they're going to just jam up, make a big gold nice clump for when you want to rock hammer them. I enrage both my beasts, get base to base so they charge for free. Take a whip. Yeah. Miss. Good job. What's next? These beast handlers. Go. Move in base to base with Sentry for free, or for free charges. Enrage him. Stand all in the zone, so if I manage to clear that one somehow, even though I just said I wasn't planning on killing any of the things in that zone, cool. We're there. Confusion over proxy bases. Yeah. Next up is this Archidon. I see if I can get into range of the other RuneShaper just by flying over stuff and having a 1-inch melee. I can't, so I decide I'm just gonna kill this RuneShaper and be sad about not being able to do anything else, and then get sprint, and then sprint over, and jam, and jam, and jam, and jam. This bronze back charges for free. He hits on not dub ones. He does some damage.
Yeah, this is scary.
It's just a lot of punching. Bronze backs are terrifying. They have huge damage. They can kill a Colossal with basically no effort. And they always have been able to, since even Mark II. But this is where we're at right now. This gist of this is I roll dub ones and miss one time, and then I Puppet Master it, because that's why I did Puppet Master in the first place. I roll fairly average on all of my damage rolls here. And then I roll one damage roll and get dub ones, and that's probably the nail in the coffin that says I don't kill this. And I leave it on what, 5 boxes?
5 or 6 boxes.
So I have to figure out how to kill that. Unfortunately, I think that means the Sentry doesn't get to kill a Mauler this turn and has to go into the Sea King, which is fine. A Sea King being off the table is important, and I don't think a single Mauler can kill the 1, 2, 3, 4 heavies I have left on the table. Worthy trade.
So yeah, when I moved up to attack this Archidon, doing all these measurements to make sure I stay outside of 11 and outside of 10, I guess I moved myself up just enough where I'm within now of 11 of this.
Yep. Because you proxied it all out, measured it all out, and then when I countercharged with the Archidon, you completely changed your plan.
Yeah,
and then you moved further forward.
Yeah, I just kind of messed up. I'm like, well, and also I like all the sticks on the table too, right? So you can't I was told I can't leave them sticks
Yeah,
on the
we
table.
realized halfway through it was like, oh, you can't have that many
You
sticks.
can't leave the 3 sticks on the table I had.
Oops.
So I had to take them off all of the table, and it just kind of like went away. I'm like, oh, well, that's not what I wanted. I was supposed to stay outside of the reach of this because I didn't want this to happen. Well, it happened, and he kills me. Where I should have a Sea King, I don't have a Sea King anymore. Yeah, it's not looking too good anymore. I'm down to 1 heavy.
And then he also shield bashes that whelp. Cool. I have an agonizer really far up the table now with gnawing pain out. The bottom zone is looking really weak for me, actually, because I just have a unit of beast handlers and a will breaker. I'm going to run the Cray up so it looks a little better, but it's beast handlers versus rune shapers, and that's not a pleasant time.
And now
I also decide to ornery with my sentry, because retaliatory strike, defensive strike, and countercharge are a pain in the ass.
Yeah, and this is where I'm going into my turn with 1 heavy, an Axer, and a Winter Troll into his feet turn, which is just like so stupid to try to work around.
Yeah, and you have an angle on an assassination that you see here. As much as I have placed a cloud in front of my caster, specifically so you can't charge him.
Yeah, my feet also allows me to trample for free, and it gives you +3 speed, so that means like my Mauler can trample 13 inches too.
Did you think about maybe charging the will breaker and then overtaking into my caster?
You know, I just totally forgot about overtake.
Fair enough.
This whole game, like I've killed things, I just haven't used it at all. I just totally forgot Field Marshal overtake. Yeah, that probably would be cool too. I charge a, will breaker, overtake over, use a second initial. Probably would have been better. It would give me an extra attack. But no. So yeah, my plan here is to trample into your caster. Mat 4 needing what, 10s to hit? 11s to hit.
Yes, so you get -2 from the Ash Cloud. I'm def 15.
So I need 11s to hit.
So you need 11s.
And it's boosted because obviously I'm going to put Wild Aggression up on him. And it's dice, what, POW 16? 17 because of stone? So dice -1.
It goes down to
15.
17 goes down to 15 because of the agonizer. So we'll get to that. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But what are you doing with these rune shapers?
So like I said, trying to play around defensive strike, retaliatory strike, countercharge. So my plan here is to engage everything. 1 rune shaper walked in to make you waste defensive strike.
Yep.
He wasted it. The other rune shaper forfeit his movement to shoot some pain givers. Killed 3 of them, or 2 of them. 1 whelp runs to engage.
Yeah, so this is actually hilarious.
Yeah.
So he runs to, air quotes, engage
Yeah.
my Bronzeback with a whelp. I'm like, damn, that's really annoying. And then about halfway through my turn, I realize, wait a minute.
They don't have
Whelps
weapons.
don't have weapons. I can still countercharge. Too late. It was after everything had already moved.
It's also like baiting your defensive strikes.
Yeah, it's really good for baiting the defensive strikes. And also just because they block a lot of the
Charge
the
lanes.
movement for charge lanes. So they're still useful to do that with. But I should have realized that, oh, wait, they don't have weapons. So yeah, this is where we're at. Rune...
The stone just
Stone.
run up,
Yes.
engaged. Your Aggie and your 1 beast in the middle of the table, so they can't countercharge.
Yep, because the sentry had already used his defensive
Defense.
strike on a thing.
On a whelp. Stone pops his aura. I'm just looking if I can get a spray off. And I only spray 18 total, or 16. I'm actually like an inch or a half an inch just short of his caster.
Yeah.
Hopefully for that crit stationary, that'd be really helpful. But
Well, I can sack pawn it.
See, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
That's cool. Learning shit as we talk. Yeah, you can sack upon a spray. That's gross.
So the other thing is, a lot of this
Oh God.
this turn in positioning is going to be based around trying to make sure that gladiator can't countercharge.
Oh yes. So the gladiator in the forest. It's like I got the top table tied up. Cool. I'm also worried about these pain givers because if they defensive strike my Mauler, that's a fury they add.
Yep. So you get fewer attacks.
So I need to figure out how to deal with them.
The other big thing is if the gladiator does get into melee range with your Mauler, then the defensive strike that Zaadesh then takes has flank.
Yeah, there's a lot of things I had to consider on this turn.
There are a lot of layers.
That's why it took me a while. So my Axer goes out, gives a rush to my Mauler, walks up to make sure he's within 8. Or he charges your guy here. He hits POW 15 because of the stone. Dice off a whole bunch. 5 or something like that. Does 5 to the 5. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
POW 15, armor 21 because of the Eggy, right?
Armor. This is the sentry, right?
Yeah.
So he's armed 21 because of his shield, and then the Aggie gives you -2 strength.
Okay. So then,
It's a bad time.
yeah, it is a very bad time. I'm like, cool. I'm good. I got this. The reason I put my Axer up there is I'm going to Primal Shock those two.
Yeah, you're gonna deal with the Fury problem
The Fury
by
problem
just Primal Shocking
Shocking twice.
dudes out of the way.
So here we go. I'm going to try to bait some shit out here. Defensive strike. He misses.
Dub ones misses.
Cool. That actually helps because now I can actually like engage it with something like liable, and now you won't move or you won't kill it. I'm like, cool. Okay. What do I engage you with now? Because I still need to run stuff in front of you because he still can countercharge right now. Because the last thing I want is for him to countercharge my Mauler when he comes in and give Zaadesh flank. Because a countercharge plus flank could probably kill me. Or not kill me, maybe take someone out.
Cripple an aspect if I get lucky.
And the way you're rolling, you'll probably hit my spirit. So I decided I don't want to figure any of this out. So I'm measuring out some of these whelps. Run 10. Sweet. Got to do all these fancy movements and get there.
I'm not engaged, so I can countercharge him. Boop. I still don't get into flank
doesn't
range.
Doesn't get into flank range, which is awesome. But kills it because he wasn't going to countercharge anything else. So my Mauler can go 13. I had to make sure he stays within the stone. So I'm pretty sure the proxy base is where I want him to be. So I'm just measuring, making sure where I can go. And if I land there, I take 2 defensive strikes, or 1 free strike and 1 defensive strike.
Yeah, 1 free strike from a beast giver or pain giver, beast handler, and then 1 defensive strike from another, and then defensive strike from Zaadesh. And that's not great. So you're gonna try to get rid of some.
So I'm like, okay. So the plan here, I can't reach you with my spray. Rune Bear goes Harmonious because that's what his job is. Caster is going here. I'm on feet here. Plus 3 speed.
Very shiny feet token.
Yeah, man. Moose Machine beer opener right there. It's awesome. I'm going to Primal Shock here. POW 9. I hit POW 9. I decided to boost damage on one of these. Primal Shock. I boost a hit. And I didn't need double ones, and I killed. Woo!
Yep.
Close. Doomy's just going to like kind of swing down this bottom end of the table because I just didn't want to be up that close to the top side of the table anymore because there's a lot of war pieces there. I'm like, well, I guess it's time to go. My Mauler. It's all or nothing. I'm debating if I should just walk with my Winter Troll first and do a spray on the Aggie. So you lose that strength aura if I kill it, but I would have to like really crank the damage to kill it.
You sure would.
So, and I'm like, if I walk any closer to anything else, like you just countercharge me with other, like this other thing down here and
this other thing.
Man, he has so much things. There's so much. It's insane. So I get boosted to trample rolls because wild aggression. I hit. I do a bit of damage. Almost 8 boxes to this thing in the middle of the table. Your defensive strike does 2 to my 5. See, you would have hit my 5. You probably would have crippled it.
If I had flank, I would have had another dice.
And the countercharge, yeah,
and then the countercharge.
You probably would have crippled my spirit. I hit. Dice off 2.
Correct.
So I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is gross.
Because
I roll 4. So like it was just kind of like I'm like cool. I'm gonna boost. I'm gonna buy another attack. Need 10s. Buy another attack. Miss. Buy another attack.
Yeah, sorry. It was
miss.
actually dice off 1, but you missed like all of the attacks.
I missed 4 or 5 attacks.
Yeah.
With
because you hit me once,
rolls.
but you rolled a 3 for damage, so you only did 2.
Yeah. Probably wasn't the greatest assassination odds. Maybe if I hit all my attacks, it's dice -2. Maybe, but. I thought I would at least, strip your transfers, but I didn't even do that.
Defensive strikes from some beast handlers, and then you go in and you just say, everybody fall down.
Yeah.
And then we realize that you forgot to move the rest of the unit, but we just keep going with it. Because at this point, it doesn't make a huge difference. You're just rock.
No, I was just gonna walk up and rock hammer, right? I just totally forgot. I'm like, oh, I better stay outside to countercharge with this guy. So I'm measuring. I'm like, wait a second. Oh yeah, we better move this other guy. Whoops.
Yeah. Order of activations. Oh well.
All right, I hit, kill, and I kill.
Kill 2 dudes.
Second guy.
Willbreaker's in a trench, so he doesn't take damage.
Yeah, I'm like, second guy. I wanted to just throw it at him.
Misses.
I miss.
Scatters. Hits the whelp. Kills the whelp.
Oh my gosh, this is
It's
my
like,
game.
oh, that's convenient.
Just yeah, because now he doesn't have to deal with it. He can just she's free.
Yep.
I'm like, sweet. My caster's outside of his threat range though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm still okay. I'm trying to figure out what to do with this Winter Troll. I'm like, after that Mauler misses 4 attacks, it's kind of just like, oh man, like this is my game. Miss 4 attacks.
You walk up, try to go spray the Agonizer in the Sentry.
Yeah, just trying to get
counter charge.
And I totally forgot about this. Counter charge.
I hit because my feet's up. Otherwise, I would have missed because Mat 4 is bad. Do decent damage, actually. And then you're just like, I don't even bother doing melee attacks.
He took my mine out, and my spirit's out now again. So,
Yep.
like, sweet, that's my turn. Over to you, Evan.
So, Bronzeback Frenzies, because he has 5 Fury, there's no, I can't take all of it. So there's no point in taking any of it. Sentry's clear, Archidon's clear. The Agonizer also frenzied. He didn't kill anything. The Bronzeback frenzied into a whelp. Thankfully not my Archidon, to say the least, but, could have been better, could have been worse. And that's about that. I drop Inviolable Resolve. I don't think the Bronzeback needs it anymore because A, he's frenzied, he's not going any deeper this turn, and there's not really anything left on the table that can kill him, so he doesn't need it. I still upkeep Battle Charge because it's stupid and I love it. And that's about all the reason I need. So, first things first, I don't know how I actually want to approach this, because I think that I have a pretty good lead right now in the attrition game, but I think it's also incredibly easy for me to just throw it away by accident. Because you still have a Mauler on the table, and it's actually behind all my heavies now. Except for the Gladiator, which I will choose not to actually use to kill the Mauler, which might be a mistake, but whatever. So I have a couple things I'm going for here. That proxy-based thing that you just saw was me seeing if I could slam the Winter Troll and then use follow-up to get into Doomshaper. I am out by millimeters. It's awful. The Kreia might be able to get in on a Doomy afterwards, and it'd be a knocked down Doomy, so he's automatically hitting, which gets rid of that problem. But it's a Kreia. It's POW 12. It's probably not going to do enough damage. So that's not, I'm not confident about that. So I think in the end, I just decide to go for the attrition game. Kill as many pieces as I can. And do what I can without a Bronzeback this turn. Because if I have the Bronzeback, then I could just, I don't care. I'm just going to go for the attrition game anyway, kill them all or kill all the things left on the table except for Doomy. So I go for the slam play either way. Slam the Winter Troll back, knock down Doomy, follow up. I get an additional die for collateral damage because he hits in equal or larger base size. And it's POW 15 because I get my Tusks. I absolutely destroy him. And then against Doomshaper, it does significantly less damage because I don't have an Enrage. But I don't know why I rolled location there, but I did. He boosted to hit, he slammed for free, and then he boosted damage, so he's on a couple Fury. This Archidon is actually currently engaged by a Rune Shaper, and for the same reason as before, I don't want to take free strikes, so I'm not going to. The Kreia, because he countercharged, is now in line of sight of the Mauler, or can see the Mauler himself. So I decide to charge the Mauler with the Kreia, not necessarily because it's going to do significant damage, but because I get flank now with Zaadesh. So my caster is rolling an additional die of damage, which is handy. So yeah, Kreia goes in. And I still have enough stuff in the bottom zone that I'm still contesting, so I don't really care, as much as Runeshapers can probably kill it. I hit because I'm in the back arc. Do tiny amounts of damage. Buy an attack. Hit. Boost damage. Do actually a good amount there, like 5 or 6. And then I decide to do some... Oh, yeah, these guys stand up and whip and miss, and one guy hits and then kills a dude with anatomical precision, so he can't tough. Haha.
Yeah, it's kind of looking very down here for me here.
These beast handlers go. One tries to whip out that same Runeshaper and misses. The other guy enrages the sentry. The sentry moves in such a way that he's within 1 inch of the stone unit, 2 inches of the Axer, and 2 inches of the Mauler. He takes his 1 inch melee range weapons on the guy within 1 inch of him. He toughs, and then he auto kills with the other one. Then I start buying attacks into the Mauler. First one, halberd that is free first, does significant damage. Second one hits, does some damage, not as much. Last one, I believe, misses? Yeah. And that's where that is, but I still have a flanking Zaadesh.
So, yeah, Zaadesh is going right now. Your flashing blade.
I think I made a mistake there. I think I put a 4th Fury on the Sentry, and they are Fury 3. So I would have had to spend one more Fury with Zaadesh here. But he just crushes that damage roll.
665.
I did 11 damage, actually, which I think covers that damage the Sentry did.
Yeah, you did a 665 on the flashing blade there.
Then, because flashing blade happens before I do my movement, I charge the Runeshaper, clear that out. Now the Archidon's free. I decide to use the Archidon's animi of Lightning Strike so I can sprint now, and I get just far enough away that nothing can really threaten me in melee. I keep everything but the Agonizer and the Gladiator in control. I don't care if the Agonizer's out of control because he doesn't have any Fury on him right now. And I don't care that the Gladiator's out because he was going to Frenzy anyway with 3 Fury. Archidon goes. I decided to just hit the stone a bunch. I should have boosted and hoped for the crit pitch because then I would have cleared the zone and gotten an extra point on scenario.
I'm just basically sack self in every single time you kill one.
Yep. Had I crit pitched though, you would have been out of the zone whether or not you had self-sacked. Willbreaker runs just so that you can't,
No, you walk up and Puppet Master my Runeshapers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he just Puppet Masters those so that they're worse next turn.
Yeah. Okay, so it's my turn.
So
I'm already down quite a few. Axer to see if he frenzies. He doesn't frenzy, which is really clutch for this turn because I'm going to try for another assassination run here.
Yeah, so you only have 3, maybe 4 minutes left on your clock at this point.
Yeah, I'm
it is
low.
not a lot of time.
No, it's not low at all. So I can maybe score the bottom zone. I go to 2, contest your top zone. So it'll be 2-1.
Yeah, and I've been scoring this entire time with the Willbreaker on the flag there since the
yeah, so you're 3.
Not this entire time. This turn.
Yeah, so you're at 2-1
because the
right
Mauler's
now.
dead.
You're 2-1
yeah, it's
right
2-1.
now. So I can make it 2-2, but then eventually you're just gonna go through and
grind you out.
Yeah, it's basically I need to go for this. So my plan here is the stones will go. They'll pop +1 strength. My Axer will go where that proxy base is, and he's within 8 of your caster. He's going to turn in such a way where he is engaging all 3, and he's going to make sure. And then I'll be able to arc Primal Shock through him.
Yeah.
So as I'm doing this, I'm like, okay, cool. I won't shake knockdown. Rimbear will go. He'll go here and give himself Harmonious. So Primal Shock only costs 1 for the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good. My Axer will now go. He will walk to that area.
Yeah, so basically you do this in such a way that you're still facing everyone, so you're engaging them.
Yep, so you can't countercharge.
So I can't countercharge.
Cool. I'm going to take a Thresher.
Threshers everybody?
Yep. So I'm a POW 15. My Thresher.
I think about countercharging with the Kreia. We realize that there's just no angle for it.
Yeah,
like,
the angle
not
you have to
even
go.
not even a little bit.
It would be really rough the angle you have to go, and then I think you'll end up behind your Will Breaker. Or not Will Breaker,
Yeah,
Pain.
if the Pain Giver wasn't there, I could totally do
Yep,
it,
for
but
sure.
otherwise I can't.
So
You hit
everyone I hit.
everyone.
Power 15.
So you do a crap ton to the Archidon.
I boosted it. I shouldn't have, because if I would have killed it, you would have took 3 more Fury.
Which is
So-
more transfers. You actually do a crazy amount to the Bronzeback, too. You do 10 damage to it.
Yep.
So-
And that's the only one you could transfer to right now, because everything
Mhm.
else is full. So that was a good boost. And this one, I just kind of rolled some damage, and
Yeah.
no way I was killing it.
and then you activate Doomshaper, and we realize, because you faced the Axer to avoid all of those other problems you had, you can't see Zaadesh.
Yeah.
And because he's the point of origin, is what the spell says.
Yeah.
He can't actually cast anything at Zaadesh because he still has to see me. This is us checking it. And we weren't sure on it.
It says point of origin, so I don't know. I read it as like if the model's there within 8, he's just a point of origin, so I can just like shoot through him into his caster. Never really used Primal Shock much before, so I was like, cool. And we're like, now we're just kind of like messing around because now it's like time's really running low. I'm like, well, if I would have moved like that, I probably would have been on Sino. I'm like, well, I guess it's not happening.
Yeah, and we did roll it out regardless after the stream or after the channel or video.
Yeah,
the thing we're
it's
doing
only POW
right now.
9 Primal Shock. I realize it
It's
doesn't
POW
even,
9.
it doesn't even take the stones
Because it's base strength,
base. So
which is good for you because it means that it doesn't get negatives from the Agonizer.
yeah.
But POW 9 is not enough to kill Zaadesh, as it turns out, because it doesn't kill Zaadesh.
Nope. So Doomy's going to go here. I got a few minutes left. I'm like, well, I better try to go out in style and try to kill this Warbeast in front of me.
Yep.
I want to boost a hit. You know, I got boost attack, boost damage rolls with one Fury.
Powerful attack on that stick.
14. Dice off a lot.
Yep.
But I'm doing quite a bit.
You're doing a lot of damage.
Did 5 or did 6. Like I'm working on him. He's halfway. Hits. They're all going to hit.
Yeah,
Do a
it's
few
not hard
more.
to hit a Titan.
And I'm like, well, I'll just go with the last one. Let's do it.
Not until Jalam comes out.
I hit. And I do another like 4 or 5 damage.
I believe after that he has 6 boxes left.
From full. Pretty good with Doomy. I'm like, Rune Shapers, can we clear the zone here? Kind of totally did this wrong here.
Charge a Will Breaker, charge these guys, and you do kill these guys.
Yeah. But we totally forgot about Pup Master. You could have maybe reroll something.
Yeah, I wasn't too worried because after this activation you clock out.
Yep. Just rolling out. I'm pretty sure the clock goes as I'm doing it. I'm just kind of like now killing things.
Beep, beep, beep.
Clear the zone. I would go to. I go to
Deathlock.
2 and you go to 3, and I lost in Deathlock.
And that's the game. Yeah, here's us saying like, if you position the Axer in such a way that you can seize a dash and you take the counter charge from the sentry, you don't take enough damage to die, so it's worth it, so you can try it. Then I believe we stop rolling and then roll it out, which I don't know why we did that. But
Yeah,
whatever.
we stopped the camera, just didn't want to like look at you guys, look at this for a while. And be like, what are you guys talking about? No, yeah, it's not the ideal list I would make with Doom 2. I have a few lists, like I said at the start. I want to run in CID with them. Not CID, I guess it would be the new troll. Maybe just
Whenever
trolls,
the trolls get
yeah, when we
launched.
get our little fun package of new rules, I have a few lists I want to run. Especially when the Sea King's 36 points, it now gives me Dooney and Knot. I can add into it for that extra 6 points.
yeah, which is huge.
Which is huge because it gives me Puppet Master on everything, which kind of like changes
well,
the math.
it gives you 3.
On all my war beasts, so everything. It basically gives me another option to make the list, and Mulg as well when that package rolls up with Doomy.
Gross.
Fury 5, Arcane Vortex, and it can be Arc Node, so that's another thing I can run. It's neat, and I have some lists made. I've been playing them quite a bit on my free time. It's basically all I've been playing really is CID games, and hopefully things don't change too much. We'll see in the future. But this is a Doom 2 list, like I said. It should be Night Troll should be included instead of Winter Troll, but I'm not sure if it's going to make that much of an impact either way.
Cool. I'm still playing a lot of Skorne for the next couple battle reports just because it's a lot of preparation for War Machine Weekend, and I feel like we can make something out of that. So this was kind of my test game for Zaadesh2. You saw a couple of test games with Xerxes 1. Once I have Morgul 3 painted in that list, that's going to be on the channel, especially once Disciples of Agony comes out. I talked ad nauseum about that on the stream because I'm super excited for it. So yeah, that's what's coming up on the channel. There should be a Guild Ball video this week. If not a game, then the review of the Farmers Guild. And I might see if I have time for another live stream this week at some point. You'll see on the Facebook page if I do. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Please follow us on all the social medias, and we will see you next time.